Prison is commonly depicted as a location where creativity and resourcefulness diminish. But for inmates, the need to adapt becomes a powerful motivator. In this video, we delve into the secretive realm of makeshift weapons, which serves as evidence of human ingenuity in the face of dire circumstances. These weapons, formed from unconventional materials, symbolize desperate efforts to stay alive and occasionally bold attempts at gaining freedom. Number 1. The papier-mâché dagger. In the confines of a prison, seemingly harmless paper can be converted into a dangerous weapon, as exemplified by the papier-mâché dagger. This innovative creation combines elements of stealth, simplicity, and unexpectedness. Creating a papier-mâché dagger involves an inmate gathering paper, which can be sourced from various materials such as books, newspapers, or even toilet paper. The paper is then soaked in water until it transforms into a pulp. With great care, this pulp is shaped into the form of a blade and left to dry and harden. Some inmates enhance the durability of the blade by coating it with melted plastic or toothpaste, resulting in a solid exterior. Despite its unassuming appearance, the papier-mâché dagger is a deceptive weapon that can easily go unnoticed. However, wielded by someone skilled, it can deliver a deadly surprise. Constructing such a weapon demands patience and resourcefulness, showcasing the ingenuity that inmates often develop in response to their challenging environment. Number 2. The Knuckle Duster. In the challenging environment of prison, physical altercations often occur, and a person's fists become their first line of defense and attack. However, even a punch can be made more powerful by using an improvised knuckle duster. This unique invention is able to transform a bare-handed fight into a devastating display of force. Constructing a knuckle duster in prison requires a deep understanding of the physics of a punch and the ability to obtain and manipulate materials. The key component of a knuckle duster is a hard and durable substance that can be shaped to fit around the knuckles, increasing the impact of a punch. This task demands creativity, resourcefulness, and the ability to work discreetly. The materials used to create a knuckle duster vary depending on what is available. It can be as simple as tightly wrapping a roll of coins in cloth or duct tape, adding weight and hardness to the fist. Some inmates have even been known to craft more intricate versions using melted and reshaped toothbrushes or spoons, or using scavenged pieces of metal from around the prison. Making a knuckle duster is not just about creating a weapon, but about enhancing the natural capabilities of the human body. The purpose of a knuckle duster is to distribute the force of a punch over a smaller and harder area, increasing its impact. This weapon is not only painful, but it can also cause broken bones and serious injuries. However, creating and carrying a knuckle duster comes with significant risks. The process of making one takes time and exposes the inmate to the possibility of being caught. Possessing a knuckle duster can result in severe punishments if discovered, including solitary confinement and longer sentences. Nevertheless, the prevalence of these weapons in prisons highlights the harsh reality of prison life. The need for self-defense often outweighs the fear of punishment. Despite the risks involved, the knuckle duster remains a common weapon made by inmates, demonstrating their resilience and ability to find ways to enhance their ability to defend and attack. The construction and use of a knuckle duster reflect a broader theme that is prevalent in prison culture: the necessity of power and control in a world where physical force is often crucial for survival. A knuckle duster can tilt the odds in favor of the person using it, making it a highly sought-after tool. The knuckle duster serves as a tangible example of how the constraints and pressures of prison life can drive inmates to display exceptional levels of resourcefulness and ingenuity. It is a powerful symbol of the lengths people will go to ensure their safety, a makeshift weapon that carries practical and symbolic significance within prison walls. Number 3. The lighter flamethrower. Fire, which has been used by humans for a long time, retains its primitive power within the prison setting. The lighter flamethrower, a frightening weapon created from a common item, serves as undeniable proof of this. Modifying a regular lighter to produce a larger flame or to release a stream of flammable liquid is the process of constructing a lighter flamethrower. This can be as simple as adjusting the fuel flow or attaching a makeshift reservoir filled with stolen or homemade alcohol. The outcome is a tool that can project fire a short distance, instilling shock and potentially causing burns. It is a weapon that demands respect and fear, further complicating the already unstable prison environment. The lighter flamethrower serves as a somber reminder of the resourcefulness that inmates can exhibit to protect themselves or assert dominance, transforming the ordinary into something menacing with unsettling ease. Number 4. Molotov Cocktails, Fire Within Walls. The Molotov cocktail, a potent symbol of rebellion and destruction, takes on a tangible and frightening form behind prison walls. It may seem unimaginable that such a weapon could be assembled within a prison, but the resourcefulness of inmates knows no bounds. Essentially, a Molotov cocktail is a homemade incendiary device. It consists of a bottle filled with a flammable substance like alcohol or petrol, topped with a cloth wick that is ignited before being thrown at a target. Upon impact, the bottle shatters, causing the flammable contents to spread and ignite a large area. Within the confines of a prison where acquiring alcohol or petrol can be challenging, inmates find ways to improvise. They can use stolen cleaning fluids or fermented fruit from the kitchen as a substitute for flammable substances. Bottles can be sourced from discarded medicine containers, vending machine soft drink bottles, or meticulously fashioned from melted and reshaped plastic. The wick is often torn cloth from bed sheets or clothing soaked in the same flammable substance. As for the ignition source, inmates typically smuggle in lighters or obtain matches from various sources within the prison. Number 5. The Zip Gun Revolution. Prisons and guns may seem like a disastrous combination, but prisoners have demonstrated incredible ingenuity in constructing their own firearms known as zip guns. These homemade weapons illustrate the dangerous intersection of resourcefulness and desperation, as ordinary objects are transformed into deadly tools. The basic concept of a zip gun is straightforward. It requires a chamber for the ammunition and a method to ignite it. Despite their crude design, these weapons can pose significant hazards and are highly unpredictable. Metal pipes or tubes, often obtained from infrastructure or broken equipment, are commonly used as barrels. The ammunition can be a simple projectile like a metal piece, stone, or tightly folded paper. The real creativity lies in the ignition method, where inmates utilize a range of materials such as rubber bands and springs for a mechanical impact or matches and electric wires for heat ignition. One particularly notorious zip gun was crafted by an inmate using a metal tube and a broken light bulb. The bulb acted as an igniter when connected to a power source, while the tube served as a barrel for the makeshift projectile. Number 6. The Chuco. Cloth and soap creation. At times, the simplest tools can be the most effective in combat. The Chuco, a weapon made from modest materials like cloth and soap, exemplifies this concept. Originally crafted in Spanish-speaking prisons, the term Chuco is slang for a homemade knife or shank. However, in this particular context, it refers to a variation created from everyday resources. To construct a Chuco, an incarcerated individual begins by tightly wrapping a piece of cloth around a bar of soap. This assembly is then soaked in water and left to solidify. The outcome is a surprisingly hard and weighty weapon that, if swung forcefully, can inflict severe injury. The Chuco symbolizes the resourcefulness of inmates, ingeniously transforming seemingly harmless objects into formidable armaments. It serves as a stark reminder of the harsh reality within prison walls, where even ordinary objects possess the potential for lethality. Number 7. The Gasper, a silent killer. The Gasper, also known as the garrote, stands out in the collection of makeshift weapons found in prisons because of its sinister purpose. It is a weapon designed for stealthy and precise attacks in close quarters. Its name is derived from its terrifying ability to suffocate its victims. To create a Gasper, inmates must fashion a strong and narrow cord, often by unraveling clothing or bed sheets. In some cases, inmates have resorted to using dental floss, braiding multiple strands together to create a stronger cord. The ends of this cord are then connected to handles, typically made from wood or plastic. The Gasper serves as a chilling example of the deadly ingenuity that can arise in the prison environment. Its existence also serves as a reminder of the constant threat of violence that inmates face, underscoring the silent dangers that can lurk in the shadows of prison life. Number 8. The Rock Hammer. The rock hammer, although not a conventional weapon, has become legendary in prison tales for its association with escape attempts. It represents patience and determination, serving as a tool of quiet rebellion and a possible path to freedom. Making a rock hammer involves finding a strong, pointed piece of metal, which can range from a fragment of a bed frame to a broken machine part or nail. This metal is then attached to a handle, often crafted from a piece of wood, and secured with string or tape. The use of a rock hammer requires slow and meticulous work. Inmates must chip away at walls, floors, or bars bit by bit, often under the cover of darkness or when supervision is minimal. The rock hammer is then carefully concealed to avoid detection. The most notorious instance of a rock hammer in prison history is the one employed by 3 inmates during the 1962 Alcatraz escape. This widely recognized prison break not only highlights the rock hammer as a potential weapon, but also as a symbol of resourcefulness and the unconquerable human spirit. Number 9. The glass shard knife. Glass is a rare sight in prisons because it can be used as a weapon. However, if glass does happen to make its way into a cell, it can be transformed into a dangerous weapon known as the glass shard knife. Creating this weapon is a simple process of breaking a piece of glass and selecting a sharp-edged fragment. The non-sharp end is often wrapped with cloth or paper for a makeshift handle. The glass shard knife is a highly precise weapon, unlike other improvised weapons that rely on force or shock value. Its sharp edge can cause severe cuts and puncture wounds, making it a feared tool within prisons. The existence of such a weapon showcases the extreme measures inmates will take to arm themselves, even at the risk of their own safety. The glass shard knife serves as a chilling reminder of the harsh and perilous environment within prison walls. Number 10. The Bedpost Club. The Bedpost Club is a rough yet effective weapon crafted from a bedpost or any solid piece of wood discovered in prison. Among the various makeshift weapons in prisons, it is distinguished by its simple construction and brutal effectiveness. Breaking off a section of bedpost or other wooden furniture within a cell demands strength and determination. Once obtained, it becomes a formidable bludgeon capable of delivering forceful blows. Although not as discreet or easily hidden as other weapons, the Bedpost Club represents the raw, uncomplicated nature of violence within prison walls. It also serves as a stark reminder of the harsh reality of life behind bars. It is a weapon born out of desperation and the need for self-defense, underscoring the constant dangers faced by inmates. Number 11. The Toothbrush Razor. Hybrid. Incarcerated individuals can transform even mundane objects like toothbrushes into tools for survival. The Toothbrush Razor Hybrid exemplifies this as it turns a simple hygiene tool into a potentially lethal weapon. Creating this hybrid is surprisingly straightforward. An inmate would insert a razor blade into the end of a standard toothbrush by melting the plastic around it. The resulting weapon is easy to conceal and remarkably effective. The plastic handle provides a solid grip, while the small razor blade can cause significant harm, especially if targeted at the face or neck. The Toothbrush Razor Hybrid serves as a disturbing reminder of the lengths prisoners will go to arm themselves, highlighting the harsh reality of life behind bars, where even items associated with cleanliness and well-being can be transformed into instruments of violence. Number 12. Shank City. The term shank holds a deeper meaning for convicts, extending beyond its dictionary definition. It represents power, control, and survival in the harsh world of imprisonment. Found in correctional facilities worldwide, shanks are primitive knives or stabbing weapons made from readily available objects within the prison walls. Creating a shank is a covert act of rebellion against prison authorities, often made from seemingly harmless materials such as spoons, toothbrushes, or pieces of scraped metal. Even when plastic cutlery and razors are introduced to limit weapon-making resources, inmates exhibit their resilience and ingenuity. Spoons, obtained through clandestine means, are methodically sharpened against walls or floors, transforming into potentially deadly blades. Toothbrushes undergo a similar process, with their handles filed down on rough surfaces to create sharp ends capable of inflicting serious harm. More advanced shanks are crafted from scrap metal or wire sourced from various locations within the prison, such as workshops, fences, or bed frames. These materials undergo arduous transformations, often heated using makeshift prison stoves, and ultimately shaped and honed into blades. The finished product is often wrapped in cloth or tape to create a makeshift handle, giving the weapon a deceivingly professional appearance. Shanks not only serve as tools of violence, but also represent status and power within the prison's hierarchical society. Possessing a shank signals strength, offering protection against potential threats and, at times, enabling control over others. Additionally, shanks have been involved in daring escape attempts, showcasing their usefulness beyond interpersonal conflicts. A notorious instance of shank use took place during the infamous 1987 Atlanta penitentiary siege in the United States, where Cuban detainees utilized a variety of shanks to control the facility for 11 days, highlighting the potential of these seemingly crude weapons. Despite their sinister nature, the prevalence of shanks within prisons serves as a stark reminder of the adaptability and resourcefulness of the human spirit, albeit within a grim and dangerous environment. It exposes a reality where the line between survival and peril is as precarious as the edge of a shank, offering a chilling reminder of the extreme measures individuals can resort to when trapped and desperate. Number 13, the crossbow, the inmate's ballista. At times, the weapons crafted by incarcerated individuals go beyond being just formidable. They exhibit an impressive display of improvised engineering. An exemplary illustration of this is the homemade crossbow, an ancient warfare contraption brought to life within the confines of a prison. This weapon serves as a testament to the resourcefulness and cleverness of its creators. The construction of a crossbow necessitates ample supplies and time, not to mention considerable skill in craftsmanship. Typically, the body or frame of the crossbow is fashioned from durable and rigid materials, such as broken furniture, bed slats, or metal fragments. The bow, responsible for propelling the projectile, is often made from tightly rolled or folded paper, and occasionally flexible pieces of metal. The firing mechanism represents a masterpiece of prison engineering, commonly involving a string made by unraveling rope or tearing bed sheets, along with a trigger system created using wood or metal fragments. Despite the arduous effort required to fashion a crossbow, instances of such weapons being discovered in correctional facilities have occurred. This underscores the determination and innovative spirit of inmates who take the art of weapon making to remarkable and unexpected levels. Number 14. Radio heater, hot plate weapon. Electricity, an essential part of modern society, can be an unexpected weapon in the possession of prisoners. This is exemplified by the clever creation of a weapon known as the hot plate, made from radio heaters. This weapon showcases the combination of resourcefulness and technical knowledge, revealing the potential danger that seemingly harmless objects can possess. Essentially, the radio heater weapon is an electrical weapon created by reconfiguring the inner components of a standard radio provided in prisons. By altering the heating element, it can generate significant amounts of heat, effectively functioning as an improvised stove or hot plate. When used covertly and concealed, this hot plate can cause severe burns, serving as a deterrent or even a weapon during conflicts. Crafting a radio heater weapon is a perilous endeavor, requiring a meticulous understanding of the radio's internal mechanisms and a stealthy approach to avoid detection by prison authorities. Despite the inherent risks involved, instances of these weapons demonstrate the extreme measures inmates are willing to undertake to ensure their safety and assert their authority. Number 15. The broken dinner tray shield. While many improvised weapons in prison are designed for attack, it is important to also consider defense. The broken dinner tray shield is an example of such a defensive innovation. In a dangerous prison environment, even a simple meal accessory can be transformed into a life-saving device. The construction of the broken dinner tray shield is less complicated compared to other weapons described in this list. An inmate only needs to acquire a sturdy dinner tray made of hard plastic or metal and break it down to a manageable size. Although the edges of the shield can be sharpened for offensive use, its primary purpose remains defense. Despite its simplicity, the dinner tray shield can play a crucial role in a prison fight by creating a barrier between an inmate and an attacker. It can deflect blows from various weapons, reducing the risk of injury. Its size and rigidity also make it effective for crowd control, keeping opponents at a distance. The existence of the broken dinner tray shield highlights the constant dangers in prison life. Every object, even something as mundane as a dinner tray, can be repurposed for survival. It reveals the defensive tactics that inmates must resort to and the constant need for protection within prison walls. The dinner tray shield is not just a makeshift defensive tool, it symbolizes the ongoing battle for survival that defines prison life. Inmates must adapt and utilize any available resources to protect themselves. The broken dinner tray shield physically represents this adaptation, serving as a crude yet effective barrier against the harsh reality of prison violence. What is perhaps most impressive about the dinner tray shield is the resourcefulness it demonstrates. Despite limited materials and constant scrutiny, inmates manage to create a defensive tool that serves its purpose and withstands the challenges of prison life. This weapon-turned-shield reflects the human capacity for adaptability and resilience, even in the harshest circumstances. It reminds us that in the world of prison, appearances can be deceiving. A simple tool for serving food can become a vital lifeline. This transformation of a weapon into a defensive tool represents the complexities of prison life and the creativity that emerges from necessity.